Ladies and gentlemen, seekers of light and secret knowledge wherever you may be, you are listening to Points of Light Radio, the podcast dedicated to taking you past the apron and behind the closed doors of lodges everywhere. And here is your host, Stan Miller.
Greetings, brothers and sisters. Shalom. Assalamu alaikum. It's wonderful to be back with you here on Points of Light Radio, and I'm especially proud to bring you this particular segment because we are going to be shedding some light on an organization that has been fighting racism for close to 100 years. And that organization is Bnai Brith. Just to give you some insight, B'nai Brith International is dedicated to improving the quality of life for people around the globe. They are a national and global leader in advancing human rights. They are advocates of Israel. They also work to improve the lives of older adults, bring diversity in education, and improve communities. B'nai Brith was founded in New York City on October 13th, 1843. The organization's roots were in a system of fraternal lodges and units. However, the organization has evolved into a dual system of both lodges and units. But I'll allow my guest to explain further. And here to shed light on B'nai Brith is Abe Silverman. He's the manager of public affairs for Bnai Brith Canada. So let's go talk to this gentleman. This should be interesting. And as I said, I'm proud to bring this to you. But are you still thirsty for knowledge? Are you still searching for the light? Then just trim your lamp and follow me. Welcome to Points of Light Radio, Mr. Silverman.
Say again?
Welcome to Points of Light Radio.
Oh, delighted to be here. Honored to be here, Stan.
And you were a member of Bnai Brith Canada.
I am.
Why don't you tell my listeners and viewers about yourself?
Okay. I am the manager of public affairs for B'nai Brith Canada for the Alberta region. I accepted a job with B'nai Brith Canada after I sold my business. B'nai Brith Canada is the oldest human rights organization. We were founded in Canada in 1875 through the League of Human Rights. And I am delighted at the age of 81, I'm still able to do the good work that B'nai Brith is allowing me to do in many, many different ways that I hope we'll get a chance to discuss.
Well, first of all, tell us about the organization itself. What are the qualifications to join B'nai Brith?
So anyone can be a member of B'nai Brith, make a small donation, and you'll be placed on the membership list. We really don't have members. We have supporters, and those who are our supporters, of course, participate in all of the good work that we do.
And what about the charities that B'nai Brith supports? Tell us about those.
So we are a charity, nonprofit actually, and we work in many different areas. We run food banks. I in Edmonton deliver food to several clients every 2 weeks. We have our clothing program. We have our Diverse Minds program, which is a wonderful educational system combating racism. It's all about diversity and inclusion. we're advocates for the Jewish community and the greater community. I'm called on by many organizations, including the Canadian Somali organization, the Chinese community, and the Black community and the Indigenous community to assist with some of their problems. I am a member of the Alberta Government Anti-Racism Advisory Council. I'm very proud to be a member of that advisory council. We nationally run many programs, including sports programs. We have seniors homes, and oh my, we just do just about everything. We do advocacy for the state of Israel. So we're involved in pretty much everything that has to do with making people's lives better and safer. So it's something that I'm very proud to be able to do at my age.
Well, you are. I read that B'nai Brith is a principled grassroots voice dedicating to eradicating racism, anti-Semitism, and hatred of all forms. You're championing rights of the marginalized while providing basic human needs to members of the community. That's what I read. And so what you're saying is this is not just for Jewish members of the community. It's like you say, for the greater community as a whole. I think that's wonderful. And the vision is a stronger society in Canada, fostering diversity and inclusion. Now, how do you go about doing that now? Do you hold meetings and things like that?
So we do that by having programs that promote diversity and inclusion in our communities. One of the wonderful programs is our Diverse Minds program, which is a creative writing program for high school students across Canada. We offer to high school students the opportunity to write and illustrate a book here that is targeted to elementary school children. We offer a $5,000 cash prize for the winner, and the winner becomes a published author. We print the books, the book that the winning entry provides, and we distribute those books to elementary school libraries and libraries all over the country. So that program very much is focused on the important work to ensure that our educational system is involved in diversity and inclusion. So obviously that's very much with what is happening today, and we are right in the mix, doing whatever we can to affect the important task of combating racism and anti-Semitism in our school systems.
Now, does B'nai Brith offer assistance, shall we say, to Jewish members of the community who want to make their aliyah?
No, we're not involved in aliyah. Of course, aliyah is the word, the Hebrew word, which represents those who want to leave and go to Israel to live. But we are not involved in any aliyah projects.
Do you actually, though, do you provide, shall we say, funding to those who might want to go visit Israel? Like I said, those who might want to make their pilgrimage, shall we say, to Israel?
No, we don't provide that kind of funding.
Okay. So where do you hold your meetings? Where do your units meet?
Well, we have we have staff across the country. We meet via Zoom once a week and discuss the initiatives that each one of us have undertaken in our home communities. We meet once a year nationally as uh, at a staff retreat, but by and large, we communicate online.
Oh, that's way. And what drew you to Bnai Brith?
Well, before I became an employee in B'nai Brith, I was on the national board for about 35 years. So it's
Oh,
an organization that I've always been involved. I've been involved with B'nai Brith for much of my adult life. So uh, when I decided that I needed to take it easier, and I sold my business, and I had the opportunity to join as a professional for the first time in my life. I jumped at that opportunity because I knew that I still had something to give back to the community, and I felt that B'nai Brith was a perfect vehicle for me to do so.
and what do you feel that it's done for you? Membership in Bnai Brith's done for you. Do you feel that it has helped you give back to the community?
Absolutely, I do that every day. Every day, I feel that I'm making a contribution to the important questions of the day. I'm often asked to come and speak in high schools. I'm a child Holocaust survivors, so I do a lot of lecturing on the Holocaust to high school students from Alberta. Um, I'm heavily involved in issues of anti-Semitism and racism in Alberta. I've traveled to Airdrie to speak to a class at a middle school, or it's not called it's not called, sorry, middle school in Airdrie, where a young Jewish girl was attacked. It's an anti-Semitic incident. I had the honor of addressing 123 kids in the grade 8 class there and talk about racism. So yes, I feel that my days are important, and what I do is important, and that's very gratifying. I guess it's fair to say that most 81-year-olds sit back and try to enjoy the last years of their life. Well, this is the way I've chosen to enjoy the last years of my life, is to try and give back to a community and a country that's been good to me. I came into Canada as a 7-year-old, having survived the Holocaust and lived through the trials and tribulation of a immigrant child, and life has been good to me. I did well and raised a family, 4 kids and 7 grandkids, 2 great grandkids, and now I feel honored to be able to give back a bit.
Well, Mr. Silverman, I appreciate your time tonight, and all the best to you and B'nai Brith.
Thank you so much, Dan. Thank you.
There you have it, brothers and sisters. Abe Silverman shedding some light on B'nai Brith. Some things I took away from this particular segment of Points of Light Radio. First of all, I love the fact that at 81 years old, this gentleman is still contributing and still enjoying his journey with B'nai Brith. And the organization enables and allows him to do so. You're never too old, as you've heard me say here many times on Points of Light Radio, to contribute or be involved in fraternalism or community organizations. And as I've said at the very start of this segment, I'm proud to have featured B'nai Brith, and we will be revisiting this organization. Right? But that's all I have time for in this particular segment. But before I go, I want to remind you that this podcast is available on both YouTube and Spreaker. Please share, like, and subscribe when viewing Points of Light Radio. You can follow Points of Light Radio on my Facebook page at facebook.com/Points of Light Radio. You can also see the link, I might add, to the Bnai Brith Canada website, right? You can see the link to my Twitter handle, which is at PO Light Radio. You can see the link to my Spotify channel, as well as my Points of Light Radio store. But brothers and sisters, I'm sorry to part with you, but until we meet again, just step into the light.